Namaste. Welcome, everyone. It's Anita with Empirical Grace, Acupuncture, Acupressure. I am streaming live from TikTok, our main YouTube channel, Empirical Grace, and also Empirical Grace Fertility and Weight Loss, as well as Instagram. Hello, Instagram. Good to see you on here tonight. So we want to do a little bit of acupressure. Sorry that I got here kind of late. I had a lot of stuff going on at work today. It's a busy work week with deliverables, but I wanted to make sure that I did my best to be on here. So we just do some nice acupressure, get you a good night's sleep, or if it's sunshine, wherever you are in the world, you're going to have a great day. So again, while we're waiting for folks to join on in, just a friendly reminder that I have 25 years of experience. I've treated over 100,000 patients in 2 countries, the United States and India. Also, my goal is to serve. My goal is to educate you on how to do acupressure, get 20 minutes of it done daily. And in addition, I want you to see your medical doctor. Acupuncture, acupressure is fantastic because it releases endorphins, serotonin, dopamine, opioids. It can be great self-care along with your doctor's recommendations. Also, we do have some products and all the monetization money, whether you're watching us on the YouTube channels or TikTok or Instagram, all the monetization money goes towards 2 future free clinics, one near Hyderabad, India, another one in Washington, D.C. So all the proceeds go towards a future free clinic. We have these beautiful books. We have one on weight loss. We have one on men's health. We have one on women's health. And they are digital products, so you can, once you purchase it, you will get it right away. I just happen to print it out so that I have easy reference, and they're really good diagrams. We spent 2 years. I gave you all my secrets. I didn't really hold back on stuff like that too. We also have acupressure socks. We have a men's sock. We have a pain sock. We also have a skin and hair. We have a women's and a weight loss. And the cool thing about these socks is there's no guesswork. You don't have to go through all my videos. I basically write down here. So I say, boost metabolism, or improve back pain, or deflate the belly, improve constipation, anxiety relief, or I pretty much say, decrease diarrhea. If you go to the link in the bio, then you will see all the different types of socks, and I show you the markings so I don't hold anything back. So there's a front and the bottom of the sock, and also the ankles are marked with the acupressure points. If you're pregnant, the socks are not for you. Also, we sell these beautiful malas. I think today I'm going to show you a red one, and I'm also going to show you the multicolor one. So these are handmade and blessed from my family in India. I wear one that my family gave me lovingly on my last trip to India. Malas help you bring in your heart's desires. So I will write you an affirmation and also give it. And all the proceeds of this also go towards the free clinic. All right, let's do some acupressure. So I'm going to ask you all in the chat. Do let me know in the chat. What do you guys want today? Do you want ear points, scalp points, face points, hand points? What do you want? All right, my foot, I can show you on the model on what to do on the foot. So what do you guys want? Where can I purchase those? You can purchase those in the link in the bio. If you go to the link tree on either YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, go to the link tree, you'll see the books, you'll see the socks, and you'll see the malas. And if you end up going to the Etsy shop, the malas are also displayed, so you can look at that, and all the proceeds go towards the free clinic. So I'll answer the question about the foot inflammation. So really quickly, where would you like, you guys are already firing with questions. So happy to answer the questions, but let me ask you this. What kind of points do you want? You want scalp points, face points, ear points? You want hand points? You want foot points? What are you all feeling today? Let me know in the chat and I will start the live. So at least 2 or 3 people, let me know what you would like to, okay, you want knee pain. Okay, face, what else? Okay, 1 or 2 more people, and then let me answer some questions and we'll get into the acupressure. So do you want face points, ear points, scalp points, hand points, foot points? What do y'all want? Oh, lots of people want face. Okay, face and hand. And then 1 more person, tell me what you want. In the chat, let me know. Okay, yes, I can tell you more about weight loss. We'll go through a simple weight loss. Okay, All right, fantastic. All right, let me answer some questions off the gate. Okay, all right, wonderful. And then we'll do a nice little protocol. So a headache, this is a great protocol to do. Headaches can be really helpful. This can help with a sinus headache, a migraine, or a headache. Also, if you're pregnant, you can do the face one. But if you are pregnant, do not do the following one. You can do this point. This, remember, the hand mirror images the face. So by doing this, you're going to get the frontal, the temple, the vertex, the occipital headache. This is a really nice protocol to do, but do not do this if you're pregnant. You guys are not getting enough acupressure, so I want you to consider doing about 20 minutes of acupressure a day. If you're struggling with a headache or migraine or sinus trouble, then I want you to consider doing a few minutes, take a little break, and repeat every 20 minutes till you get the relief that you are. And also work with your neurologist, absolutely. Also, if you're having sadness, do see your mental health expert, but a really nice thing that you can do is yin tong. You can do yin tong. And then if you have the ear seeds, they're also in the link in the bio. You get like 500 for $10. They're just through Amazon. And then I want you to go through and consider, take a pin of this. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on all the channels. Go ahead and take a pin of this. This is a really good protocol to help you. So anything with a red dot, you can put the acupressure point and you can go to bed with this, and acupressure can work while you're sleeping. So this can be helpful. And then weight loss protocol. Let me talk to you about weight loss. I know it's a big thing. Absolutely. So weight loss, you got to get 7 to 10 hours of sleep. You got to. That's what the research shows, because again, melatonin and serotonin and cortisol and blood sugar have a really good and interesting relationship along with blood pressure. So you got to get 7 to 10 hours of sleep. In addition to that, get your steps in. Most of the world walks as their form of weight loss. They don't actually go to the gym. They walk as their form of weight loss. So get your steps in. Also drink half your body weight in ounces of water. So if you weigh like 150 pounds, you have to drink 75 ounces of water. Water is really big. And then in addition to that, pick a diet that works for you. I'm a big fan of intermittent fasting. You can too. If you do calorie deficit, you can also do acupressure. Both can help you. It's not replacing it, but pick a diet and follow that diet. One thing I would say is try not to eat so late at night. That can really cause a lot. To go to bed on a full stomach, it can cause a lot of different things. I've just seen that over the years, so do consider that. Okay, also ringing in the ear. Yes, ringing in the ear. On the acupressure sock, we have a pain sock, and on the ringing in the ear, it's right here. It's basically we have a point right here to support ringing in the ear. It's right here, we stated. But if it's gallbladder 41 on the foot and on the hand, as long as you're not pregnant, remember, hand and foot points you cannot do if you're pregnant. You can do this protocol right here. Again, do this protocol for a few minutes and then repeat every 20 minutes to get the relief that you want. This is a really good protocol. This is a really good protocol just to do in general. This, I believe, is one of the best protocol for my gentlemen. So this is really good protocol. Also for ringing in the ear, watch the sugar, watch the dairy, watch the coffee, watch the alcohol, watch the salt. I know all the fun stuff, but it can really impact ringing in the ear. Also, let's see. Let me go ahead and see muscle pain behind the knee. I'll cover knee pain, foot inflammation. You might just want to soak your feet in Epsom salts, or you can take like a ginger tea. Once it's cool, soak your feet in ginger tea. Ginger does a really nice job of helping with circulation. It can also relax the smooth muscle in the foot. So you can do that. Also, if you're struggling with inflammation, you can try like a beetroot supplement. Beetroot can create nitric oxide, which can move blood, really good. Beetroot can be really good for gentlemen. Also, beetroot can also help regulate a period for women. Also, beetroot is really good that you can just generally have. So maybe consider turmeric tea and also beetroot if you're having tough with inflammation. Wow, the questions are really coming in today. So let me answer a few more. And then swollen ankles. You know what you can do is swollen ankles, maybe watch the salt. Do talk to your doctor, make sure there isn't anything more serious going on. But what you can do is you can potentially get like a dry brush, or dry brush can come lots of different ways. Let me show you some examples of dry brushes. You can get a dry brush or you can get also a gua sha tool, and you can also see if you can move the fluid down using the gua sha tool. So let's say this is my ankle, so you can also move the fluid down. If this is my foot, you're going to move the fluid down towards the foot using a dry brush. And again, if you're pregnant and you have swollen ankles, which is common, do talk to your medical doctor. Again, I don't like my pregnant ladies doing the hand and foot points, just because that the hand represent and the feet represent the uterus. So I got to keep my pregnant women safe. So you can do that as long as you're not pregnant. Stomach bloat, you can do this protocol if you're pregnant. Again, if you're not pregnant, you can do this protocol, or you can do this protocol, or you can do this protocol. Any of them will work because they get the colon, the spleen, the stomach, and the small intestine. Okay. Oh, thank you for telling me it works. Okay. Okay, and then bloating, you can also do peppermint tea in the morning. Peppermint tea can also help you with preventing bloating as well. Also, a lot of people, they tell me they use like a little bit of castor oil at nighttime. Also, castor oil now comes in a roll-on. So that is also really helpful. You can do a little castor oil in the belly button at nighttime, and then also you can do a peppermint tea in the morning. And also foods that you can eat that can help with bloating. Again, watch certain foods if you're pregnant, like pineapple. I wouldn't do if you're pregnant, but like pineapple, dragon fruit, kiwi, these are all really good for bloats as well. Fibroids, you can do castor oil on the tummy, and of course, work with your medical doctor as long as you're not pregnant. You can also do this point. This point is going to be the viral point for today. Again, 20 minutes of acupressure, pick a few points, do them all throughout the day, or you can do, 20 minutes all at one time. What about the knot on the back of my heel? I can't see it, so it's hard for me to help you. But what you can do is you can take on the bottom of your foot, take a hard surface ball. After you soak in your feet, you can roll it out with a hard surface ball on the heel. So you can try that as well. So yes, for Ozempic, a lot of people who struggle with Ozempic and diabetes, work with your medical doctor as you should. But one thing you can do is, as long as you're not pregnant, this is a great protocol to help you along the way. This can really help with the spleen, stomach, large intestine, and small intestine. And also, if you're struggling with nausea or anxiety on a weight loss medication, of course, work with your medical doctor, but this can be also a really good protocol that you can do. Okay, fantastic. All right, let's see. Okay, let me answer one more question, and then we're going to get into some acupressure. And then hold your questions till the end if you can. So somebody asked about back pain. This is really common. So on the acupressure sock, on the back pain and the pain acupressure sock, you'll want to acupress the bladder and neck pain point, which is clearly marked. And also this point is basically along the bladder channel. So if you have the pinky, it's basically this point right here. And again, feet point, do not do if you're pregnant. If you're pregnant and have back pain, it's common. You can do this point. You can do this point. All right. So let's do some acupressure. Okay. And for thyroid, work with your medical doctor. You can do yin tong. And then you can do triple warmer 3. You can do triple warmer 3. Just don't do triple warmer 3 if you're pregnant. Hand and foot points do not do if you're pregnant. All right, let's do some acupressure. A lot of people wanted face points. We're going to do a face. We're going to do scalp. We're going to do ear. And we're going to end with hand points. So we're going to do a good solid 10 minutes of acupressure. And then I will stay on the YouTube channels and answer some more questions for folks. All right, first thing I think we're going to do here, let me go ahead and grab one of my tools, and then we can go ahead and you can use the tools, or you don't have to. You can just use your fingertips. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I like this pointy one at the bottom, and then this kind of spoon one at the bottom. So we're going to go ahead along the midline of the face. Now, if you've been with me, you know that acupuncture works on mirror imaging. So the entire body from right here to all the way down here represents the entire body. And also the colon is represented right here in yin tong. Ooh, I can feel my colon as I do this. And then also the chin also represents. So we're going to go and do this. This is a nice protocol that you can do in the shower or you're while you're washing your face. It can also help you with weight loss because it's going to relax you. Remember, you know this relationship if you've been with me for a while with weight loss, right? Weight loss so much has to do with the stress, right? Stress can be the culprit for so many things. And I like acupressure because it can relax you. If the body is relaxed, and the body can work more optimally. Also, so much like blood sugar, blood pressure can be impacted also by the stress, and also stress amplifies anxiety and sadness. You know this, right? And then more anxiety and sadness, then more issues can happen, right? Anxiety can turn into anger, and then after you're angry for a long time, you become sad. This is what I've seen in clinic. Of course, you know, these are in addition to the recommendations of your medical doctor, but these are really good points that can help you if you're struggling with weight loss. Let me bring it back, right? So let's say you're stressed, you have anxiety, you have anger. Well, that stress can also cause you to have insulin that also is resistant, right? And then also that stress can cause blood pressure issues, right? And that stress can also, you don't have as much serotonin. So that's going to affect gentlemen in the bedroom. Also, the lack of serotonin can also impact melatonin, which means that you're not going to sleep as well, as hard, or as completely. And then that melatonin also then, because your brain didn't get a chance to relax during the night, then you're going to have more cravings, whether it's to salt or sugar or carbs, or with wanting another cigarette or whatnot, right? So if you do the acupressure, then you get a chance to relax the mind, to relax the body, which helps the cortisol reduce, which helps the serotonin increase, which then helps the melatonin to increase, then helps you to lose weight because you have less cravings. So there's the nutshell. So this is a great protocol. Also, when you're doing the acupressure, breathe in through the nose, not the mouth, because that improves nitric oxide. Also, nitric oxide improves metabolism. Nitric oxide can also regulate a period. Nitric oxide can also help gentlemen. So this is a great protocol that you can do. Next protocol that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut across the cheeks. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you know that the cheeks represent the abdomen right here, right? So this is a great protocol if you're struggling with sinus trouble, if you're struggling with sleep apnea, if you need to open the nasal passageways. Also, this is a great protocol to help with just gastritis, IBS, Crohn's disease, too much pooping, too little pooping. So this is something that you can do, and this is safe to do when you're pregnant. A lot of pregnant women have nausea and tummy trouble. So this can be really good protocol to do. Also, when you're doing this protocol, do your best to move it up in an upward motion, which can also help you with wrinkles and aging, right? So this is also a really good protocol. You can do this with just a finger, light pressure. You don't have to do firm pressure. You can also do this using a gua sha tool. Really up to you on what you want to do. You can do this with dry brushing as well, or you can do this with oils, really however you want to do it. And I'm trying to find my dry brush, and I need to be better organized for all of these lives. I don't know where I put my, oh, here it is right here. So this is a dry brush, and you can actually bring it up like this too. That can also help you. Also, this is another really good protocol that we can do on the chin. Let me go ahead and put my hair up, and then we're going to bring it all together in one acupressure protocol. And I see the questions are just busy getting more and more. I'll do my best at the end to answer the questions, but let me do a little bit more acupressure so you guys have a little bit of a protocol that you can follow. So really good. So we're going to go ahead and acupress along the jawline. This is also really good because this can help that jawline, but this is also a great blood pressure point. And also too, gentlemen, if you're wanting that full beard, then this can also help stimulate the blood flow along the jawline. So really good protocol that you can do. And I want you to consider doing this protocol as well. All right, what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and bring it all together. We're going to go from yin tong, and then we're going to go to the temple, and then we're going to bring it along the jawline, and then we're going to do that. This actually does so many different things. On the top of the forehead, this can help improve immunity. This can also help you with fatigue. This can also help you with stress. This can also help you with sinus trouble. This can also help you open up the nasal passageways. This can also help you with sleep apnea. This can also help you with blood sugar, as this is the zone for blood sugar. This can also help you with blood pressure. So this is a great protocol that you can do. I want you to consider doing this protocol in the morning and the evening. This can help also while you wash your face. Also, you can do this protocol. I do acupressure throughout the day for myself. I use the ear seats and put them on there so they're still working. And then in addition to that, I do this, I just make sure my camera's off, and every hour I just do a little bit of acupressure to help myself along the way. So that's a really good protocol. Let me just scan the questions real quick. Constipation, you can do this protocol if you're pregnant. If you're not pregnant, you can do this protocol. And again, for constipation, lemon water is really great. It pulls the water to the colon. Also for constipation, you can do this protocol, and then you can repeat every 20 minutes. Last night after I did the live, man, I had to sit on the toilet, all this stuff coming out. So really good stuff. Okay, let me go ahead and see if there's any other key questions. Let's go do some scalp points, and we'll do some ear points. For the scalp, I really like this one tool. So let me go ahead and grab it. And again, I know I always say I'm going to get better organized, and I never do with all my tools, but all good. It all works. Now I'm like, where did that one tool go? It was such a good tool, but we used a different one today. So we're going to go ahead and use this one. It's a gua sha tool, but it's in the form of a comb. So if you want any of these tools, you can go to the acupressure devices and it'll be there. And then my nice tool that's green that has like a scalp. Oh, see if I can find it. Oh, here's a nice one that's in the shape of a comb. You can certainly use that. And then we'll go ahead and I'll look for that tool a little later, but not a problem. So this is actually a wooden comb. In Chinese medicine, they recommend for scalp acupressure, you can use a wooden comb. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do 20. Now remember, the top of the body represents the bottom of the body. So this can be a really good protocol that you can do to help ground the body. Also, if you're doing like bringing blood flow to the lower abdomen, whether you're trying to regulate a period or you're doing IUI or IVF, this is also a really good protocol. I like this protocol because they can be very soothing. Also, it helps circulate the GV and CV meridian. Also, it can not only ground you, but also because it accesses the CV and GV meridian, it brings blood flow along the midline of the body, front and back. So this is also a really good protocol. When you do this protocol, again, the body's mirror image just like this, as well as like this, as well as like this. So what you can do also is you can bring the comb to the side just like this. And bringing the comb to the side just like this can also help you because it can also relax you, and also the body's mirror image just like that. So that's another good protocol that you can do just like this. So you can use your own comb, you can use your fingertips, but you can also consider doing either one, or you can also use a gua sha tool in the shape of a comb. That can also work as well. Ooh, this feels actually really, really good. All right, let's do some ear acupressure. So for the ear acupressure, there are a couple of key points that we're going to go ahead and do together. We're going to do a little bit of this. This is going to put you in a good place to have a good night's sleep tonight. Also, if you're feeling stressed, this is also going to be in a good place to be where you need to be. The ear releases so many endorphins, opioids, serotonin, and dopamine. So this is a really good thing to do. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and use this tool. You can use a pencil, finger, or Q-tip, so not a problem. We're going to start with ear shen men. This is a really good point to help you to sleep and to also help improve anxiety. This is really important for weight loss because if you are relaxed, you're going to make better food choices. You're not going to crave as much sugar or salt, and you're not going to eat as many carbs. Or if you're trying to quit smoking or trying to quit vaping, this can also help you. This can also help you sleep. Remember, 7 to 10 hours of sleep is needed for weight loss. So let's go ahead and acupress in the cave for this. Now, when you do this, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can go ahead and acupress. You can do both ears together. So I want you to do this for the next minute or so. And this is a great protocol to do while you're laying in bed. You know, laying in bed, you can find these lives on both YouTube channels, the main YouTube channel as well as the second YouTube channel, Empirical Grace Fertility and Weight Loss. This is a good protocol to help relax the mind. These sleep points are going to help you to get to bed quickly, to also stay asleep, not get up in the middle of the night, and also wake up well rested. Many of you do not wake up well rested, so this can be a really good thing to do. So we're going to go ahead and do the next side, and also once we do this, we're going to focus on a few other ear points, and then we're also going to do some points for the entire body to relax the body as well. So this, again, is a great point. I don't know if you know this about me, but I struggled with insomnia now maybe 15 years ago. There was a period in my life where 10, 11 days I couldn't sleep. I stared at the wall. So this was a really good protocol that helped me. And in addition to this protocol, I also burn sage. The aroma of sage and lavender really helped relax me to let me to fall asleep. So this can also be a really nice protocol. Next protocol that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to massage the rim of the ear. This is a very powerful protocol because the entire body is mirror image just like this, as well as mirror image just like this. Also, this is a great protocol if you're struggling with anxiety. This is a great protocol if you're struggling with blood sugar, anger. And this is also a great protocol if you just want to promote the entire body. And if you're trying to quit smoking, trying to quit vaping, if you're trying to not eat sugar or carbs, this is also a really good protocol. Again, if you're trying to quit smoking or vaping, do that in addition to your doctor's recommendation. Let's go ahead and do this together for the next 30 seconds. And again, when you're doing these protocols, I want you to breathe in from your nose. Again, breathe in from your nose or your abdomen. Do not breathe in from your mouth as best as you can. Remember, nose breathing can help you to improve nitric oxide, which is going to improve anxiety, which can also help with blood sugar, also for and blood pressure, excuse me. Also for gentlemen, nitric oxide can help you also sleep better. Also, then you'll release more testosterone, which will help you, as you know. Also, nitric oxide is important to regulate a period. So these are really good protocols that you can do. And again, just lightly massage the rim of the ear. You can use firm pressure or you can use hard pressure, really up to you on how you want to do it. But some people like to do it in a circular motion. I just pretty much grab the outside of my ear and go ahead and do that. All right, one more thing that we are going to do is we're going to do the inside of the ear. Now, this is a great part if you're struggling with blood sugar, like if you're having insulin resistance, you want more insulin sensitivity. This is a really good protocol that you can do. I'm going to do this protocol. Let me see if I can find my acupressure pen. If I can't find my acupressure pen, we're going to go ahead and use, you're going to use a Q-tip or something like that. Not a problem. Yep, I have my acupressure pen. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and acupress this right here. Let's go ahead and acupress this right here. So as you may know, there are 12 meridians in the body. So doing this protocol can actually access all 12 meridians. And this feels amazing with the acupressure pen. Again, all of these devices, they're mostly through Amazon, and you can get them in the link in the bio. And again, you can do them at the speed that you want to do. You can go slow or fast, really up to you. But I like to just do it whatever makes me feel good. But this, I don't know, this protocol makes me feel really, really good. So maybe because it accesses the entire body. So this is great if you're struggling with hormone, if you're struggling with thyroid, or if you're struggling with testosterone, gentlemen, or if you're struggling with blood sugar, blood pressure. This is also really good if you just had a baby and you're feeling out of sorts. People asked about sadness. This is a great protocol for sadness. This protocol, interesting enough, this is more for anxiety, but this is more for sadness. So do consider that more for anxiety and more for sadness right here. Or you can do the ear seats and put them on both. Remember, from my experience, of course, work with your mental health doctor, but what I've seen is anxiety turns into anger, and then anger turns into sadness. So that's what I've seen. So this is a great protocol if you're struggling with both. So many of us do. So I want you to consider doing this. This is also a really good protocol if you've got unexplained weight gain, if you have PCOS and weight gain, if you are in menopause, hot flashes and night sweats, this can also be really helpful. So I want you to consider doing this protocol. This 4-point protocol, we're going to do one more. This 4-point protocol, ear shen men, the rim of the ear, also the inside of the ear, all of this, do it while laying in bed. Do it first thing in the morning. Do it in between meetings. Remember, acupressure is self-care. You can do it anytime. You're going to feel better. You're going to make better decisions. You're going to help your doctor along the way. So this can be really, really good. I don't know about you all, but I feel really good after doing all that acupressure. We've done 16 minutes of acupressure, and the live has been longer, but all good. We're going to do a couple of hand points that is also going to help you. Yes, these are the ear stickers. You can find them on the link in the bio under acupressure devices. Absolutely. And you get like 500 for about, I think like less than $10. It used to be $5, but with inflation and everything, now they've gone up. But let's see. I'm going to go ahead and pull one. You can see right here. I'm going to go ahead and put one on ear shen men, because after I talk to you all, I'm going to do a little bit of work, and then I'm going to go to bed. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on ear shen men. See how easy that was? That's it. You put it there, and then you can let it fall off naturally, or in the shower, you can remove it. Not a big deal. And if it falls off naturally, just take a break and then put it back on. All right, let's do a couple of other points that we're going to do. So let's go ahead and do 2 hand points. And again, hand points, do not do them if you're pregnant. If you're pregnant and following along, then I want you to consider doing this protocol, or I also want you to follow this protocol. Yes, these are ear seeds. And instead of doing the point and placing pressure on the point, you can actually put these ear seeds on that point. And so you can it emits a pressure because it has a little, it has a little seed. In the old days, it used to be a mustard seed, but now it's just a little seed that you put on there. And then you leave it on there, and then it naturally falls off. And once it falls off, then you can take a little break or reapply it, just whatever you want to do. All right, we're going to go ahead and do 2 points. So a lot of people ask about GI issues, right? It's tummy issues. It's a real thing. So what we're going to do, and do not do this if you're pregnant. If you're pregnant and following along, you can actually do this protocol. So what I want you to do is I want you to put your fingers together again. Do not do this if you're pregnant. And we're going to do this protocol. Let me explain to you what this is good. This is really good for all sorts of pooping. Like if you're having diarrhea or constipation, this is good. If you're bloated, this is also really good. If you have poop belly, this is also really good. This can be really helpful for weight loss. And the reason why this can be also really good for weight loss is, remember, the colon, if it can't defecate, then you're going to be bloated. You're backed up. How can you lose weight, right? So from a mechanical point of view, this really cleans things out so that you can begin that metabolism, that weight loss process. So I really do like this protocol for weight loss. Also, I want you to consider doing this protocol if you're struggling with acid reflux or a toothache. If you're having a toothache, don't mess around, do see your dentist, but this can help you for a little bit. Also, if you're having sinus trouble, or if you're having a headache that's in the frontal part of your face, this can be a really good thing. This is also a really good protocol for back pain. If you are struggling with neck pain or shoulder pain or spinal pain or hip pain or coccyx pain or sacrum pain or pain down the back of the legs or the side of the legs, this can be a really good protocol that you can do. So this is a really good wellness point. I know it's been a point that people ask for pooping, but this is also a really good wellness point. If you want to, you can do this protocol a few minutes before every meal. So what is the point? It's large intestine 4. I like to combine it together so that both fists are touching so that you get double the impact. So there you go. So you can, let's see, you can, okay, all right, you can see it. I think you can see it on all channels. I have the cameras. I'm trying to do a better job of getting it set up so you can clearly see the points. And also the YouTube channel also has this point more explained. So really good. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, next protocol, we're going to end with what we started today. We're going to do fist on top of fist. Again, do not do this protocol if you're pregnant. I like this protocol because it gets the hormone balance. So much of weight loss is hormone balance. So much for gentlemen too. Testosterone is hormone balance. Also regulating a cycle, boosting ovulation for getting pregnant or for helping yourself regulate your period also has to do with hormone balance. Of course, work with your doctor, monitor your hormone balance with your doctor. But this is also a really good protocol, not only for headaches and back pain and shoulder pain and hip pain, also for if you're having hot flashes or night sweats, if you're struggling with PCOS, if you are trying to regulate a period, if you are having endometriosis and fibroids, this can be helpful. So do consider these points as well. And this is also a great point for water metabolism. Again, do not do these points if you're pregnant. If you are trying to conceive, this can be a good point that you can do up until the time you ovulate and then stop doing this point. And if you're trying to regulate a period, you can do this point for until you get 3 regular cycles and stop when you are pregnant. So really, really good. I have feet nerve pain. What should I do? I stand on my feet all day. Oh, I used to run a clinic where I used to see sometimes 30 patients a day on my feet working, right? So for foot pain, what you can do is, as long as you're not pregnant, you can do this protocol. And then after you do this protocol, you can do this protocol for a few minutes each. And then you can do that whenever your feet ache, and then soak in Epsom salts and maybe consider drinking turmeric tea during the day. So what would be, for heel pain, I would really recommend, you see your doctor, but for heel pain, you should take a hard surface ball, and a few times throughout the day, you can roll out your heel. So you help bring the blood back in your heel, and then you'll have less pain. And then for Bell's palsy, don't mess around. Do see your doctor. For Bell's palsy, I've had actually decent success with Bell's palsy when I was able to do acupuncture right in the clinic. So if you develop Bell's palsy right away, go see your doctor, make sure everything's okay, and then go find an acupuncturist and get some treatment right away. If you can get a treatment right away, it can be really effective. If you wait, the longer you wait, the longer it takes to treat it. So that's just a really good thing. So all right. If you're having like autoimmune, like MS, my mom struggles with MS, so it can be tough. But if you're struggling with an autoimmune, then one of the best points is this point, actually. This point, doing this a few minutes throughout the day can really help. We had a gal in the clinic. She has fibromyalgia, and I had her do this point. And she would do this every hour for a few minutes. And we saw over time her fibromyalgia episodes were more infrequent. So again, this can, acupuncture is meant to be self-care, but this can be a nice thing that you can do along with your doctor's recommendations. Also, too, it's really important. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. So it's also really important to tell you all to get your sleep. That's why we spent so much time on the ear points. These points are really fantastic for sleep. Also, let me show you another really good sleep point. So another good sleep point, and we'll use Jack here as the model. You all know this is Jack. This is my friend Jack, and Jack is, picture of the skull, right? And you have a mastoid process right here. So if you do the ear points and then you also do the mastoid process, you acupress the mastoid process while you sleep, that can really be helpful for sleep. I'm already getting really drowsy doing this point. So I want you to consider doing this point laying in bed. Also, this is really safe to do if you're pregnant. Also safe if you have a little boy or a girl that's struggling with night terrors. This can be really, really helpful. So do consider that. Get your sleep in. Arthritis, you can soak that joint in, like you can either do Epsom salts or ginger Epsom salts. That can be helpful. I had a headache, but I like the pressure and pain inside along with the headache. Oh, I don't know what to help you with headaches. I would say you can do this protocol. This is a good protocol for headaches. And as long as you're not pregnant, you can do this protocol. And again, I want you to get 20 minutes of acupressure, but if you're really struggling with something, then I want you to do the point and then repeat it every few minutes, every 20 minutes, every few minutes to every 20 minutes till it goes away. Okay. You have high sugar and diabetes. What is best? Well, definitely work with your medical doctor because you're going to need his or her help on, my mom has had diabetes for over 35 years and we have a chart that we have to follow. So if her glucose is this, we take this much insulin and so forth. The doctor gave us that ratio. And so, but what you can do is Ceylon cinnamon tea can be really helpful. You can drink Ceylon cinnamon tea, or you can put Ceylon cinnamon into your smoothies, your berries, your blueberries and stuff like that. The other thing you can do is as long as you're not pregnant, this is such a good point. So I want you to consider doing this point to help you along the way. This is a great point to do before every meal. This is a great point to do a few times throughout the day. And also if you're pregnant and struggling with, blood sugar, which is also common, you can do this protocol. All right, everybody. I'm going to stay on the live and answer some questions on YouTube, as well as there's a caller on Instagram, and then I'm going to try to take care of him or her. My goal is to serve all of you. My goal is to educate. I've treated 100,000 patients. I'm giving you my best acupressure advice that I can. Go see your doctor. Acupressure is meant to be self-care. So I really, really want you to work alongside with your doctor's recommendations. Also, know that we're doing great things. My goal is to not only serve you, but also to establish 2 future free clinics long-term. I've done a free clinic before. You can see a documentary on the main YouTube channel under TV appearances. You'll see one that I did. It was a huge success. And I want to do one in my hometowns of Washington, D.C. and Hyderabad, India. All the monetization money goes towards that. So just know when you're watching our channels, it goes towards that. And also we have products. We have books. We have the weight loss book, men's health book, and also women's health book. They're digital products. I just printed these out. You get them right away. They have everything written down. A lot of the stuff on the live is there. It took me 2 years to write those books. And then we have acupressure socks. We have the pain sock. We have the women's sock, the men's health, the weight loss sock, and we also have the skin and hair sock. And I clearly wrote down on the bottom of the foot and the top of the foot, as well as on the ankle, what to do, let's do the weight loss sock, right? So there's points for PCOS, there's points for constipation, diarrhea, anxiety, for bloated, for pain, for hormone balance, for blood pressure, to also speed up metabolism. I wrote it all down, so you don't have to go through my videos. You can look at the metabolism point and press it on the sock right there. It's a guide. And the sock is reversible, so you can put it on your hand and follow it along. And the men's health sock is really good. I spent a lot of time with my mentor developing that sock. So we have the socks, we have the books, and then we have our beautiful malas. These malas are handmade and they're all tangled together, but these are handmade and they have brass ornaments and they're blessed and they can help you bring in your heart desires, and they come with a handwritten note from me, and all the money again goes towards 2 future free clinics. All right, wonderful. I'm gonna just see if there's any last minute questions. Again, clearing the face, I know a lot of people do a lot of different things, but I generally just do a turmeric scrub. And if you go to our link in our bio, there's a hair and skin blog that I wrote. But I keep it really simple. I just use a small retinoid at night, and then I use turmeric scrub in the morning. I grew up in India, so I grew up between the US and India, and we just did turmeric scrubs, and they're so economical that I kept doing it. And I think that's why my skin, kind of looks like it glows a little bit. It's the turmeric, I believe, that makes it glow. What do you do for slow metabolism and weight gain? Meaning you have a slow metabolism. Well, this is a great protocol. This can help with metabolism. And then also on the weight loss sock, we have the metabolism point, which is essentially, we have the metabolism point right here, which is essentially spleen 4, which is this point right here. So on the sock, it lays right here, but I wrote down improved metabolism, which is spleen 4, which is right here on the foot. All right, really good. Allergies and itching eyes, you can do this acupressure protocol, and then you can do that for a minute. You can do this for a minute, and then you can do lung 10 for a minute. and a minute, a minute, a minute each, a minute, a minute, a minute each, and repeat as you need. Repeat as you need. All right, you guys, let me stay on YouTube. Both our YouTube channels, Empirical Grace Fertility and Weight Loss, and also the main YouTube channel, which has become a little bit of a men's health channel. If you're a man or have a man in your life, you should check out the main YouTube channel. So let me go ahead and answer questions. And we have a caller who's been waiting for me on Instagram. So let me take care of him or her. All right, I will be on here. I'll try to be on here right after I go to the gym tomorrow instead of hanging out at the gym today. But I will do my best to be on here earlier tomorrow. And then, yes, you can do that. Again, for this, and this, I want you to do it every hour for a few minutes. It can really help. And if you're really struggling with allergies, repeat as you need. You guys aren't getting enough acupressure. You got to do the acupressure. We did almost 20 minutes of acupressure today. So keep doing the acupressure. You can do 20 minutes. You can do 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. That's 9 minutes. Again, do 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. That's almost, 20 minutes. Or you can do a minute, a minute, a minute, and then repeat every few minutes or every 20 minutes as you need to. You're welcome. Gastritis, you can do this one, a few minutes, and then repeat as you need. Repeat as you need. Carpal tunnel, you'll need to see an acupuncturist for that. Carpal tunnel, it's really hard when you have carpal tunnel to press the point, right? Because you're in pain. So go see an acupuncturist for carpal tunnel. And you can also, of course, work with your doctor. All right, let me check out YouTube and then join us on YouTube and then Instagram. And then I will be on here earlier tomorrow. Bye, TikTok. Wow, a lot of comments here. Ooh, let me go through them. Okay, so a couple of questions came through on the chat on the YouTube channel for the weight loss and women's health channel. And they, okay, so let me answer. Somebody asked if I used a blush along my jawline. I do not. So that might just be the natural pigmentation of my skin. And then as far as the ear seeds, this right here, you can find them under acupressure devices on the YouTube channel, on the link in the bio for acupressure devices. You get about 500 for less than $10. And then you can just go ahead and put them on the point, and that can be very helpful. Okay, and then puffy face, you can do a couple of things for a puffy face. You can, do a gua sha tool, and then what you can do is actually you can do a couple of things. You can take an ice cube and ice massage, and that can help with the puffy face. You can do this point, you can do this point, you can also do this point, and then you can also do this point, and you can also do this point right here. You can take the ice cube, and then you can do the acupressure along that to help you along the way. All right, fantastic. Let me check out, yes, for better sleep, for gentlemen, sleep is so important. I cannot stress this enough for gentlemen, for bedroom issues. We're not on TikTok anymore, so I don't have to be so kid friendly. But for gentlemen, sleep issues is so important, especially for sustaining an erection because of nitric oxide. And also during sleep, testosterone is also balanced. So Sleep points, the ear is so important. It'll really relax you. You can do the rim of the ear. You can do ear shenmen. You can also do this inner ear right here. And in addition to that, you can do the on mien point. And the on mien point, we have Jack here. It is on the side of the face. So the on mien point, you can do two ways. You can do the peace sign and you can acupress just like this. Or you can take this and you can acupress just like this. You can lay in bed and do these points to fall asleep. So this can help you in so many ways because remember, sleep has a relationship with melatonin, which has a relationship with serotonin. There's some research that if you have too much serotonin, you have low libido. If you have too little serotonin, it can delay it. You may not be able to last longer. I hope I got that right. I said it so quickly, but serotonin can impact men's issues. And in addition to that, if you're not sleeping well, cortisol can also amplify emotion, which can also affect a man's erection. And then sleep, just basic sleep, if you don't get the sleep, then it can also impact nitric oxide as well as testosterone, which can also impact your erection as well as morning erection. So I really need my gentlemen to get their sleep. I need my women to get their sleep too, but a really good sleep point that puts me to sleep right away is the on mien point. You can do this laying in bed. Just go ahead and take your fingers and then acupress. You find a tender spot behind the earlobe on the inferior medial edge, which is the mastoid process, and then you can acupress just like this till you fall asleep. I'm already getting sleepy doing it. All right. How do you get the acupressure books? You go to the link in the bio, and then it just says Linktree. You go to the Linktree in the link in the bio, and that's the same link on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And then you click on it, and then I think the second or third one is acupressure books, and then you click on that, and then you can see the 3 books. You can select the book, and then you can go to the cart, and then it asks for your credit card details. I tried to price the books and the socks around $20, and then you can check it out. And then it asks for an email. It requires an email so that the book can be digitally sent to you so you can open it up. And there's a weight loss book, a men's book, and also a women's health book. And I didn't gatekeep. I put everything that I could. I may add to it if I forgot it or additional questions come up that I think need a good explanation. Okay. If you want to increase your libido, then I would say to you, the ear points are really fantastic. So I want you to consider doing this protocol really well. So you can do this protocol because it balances out the entire body. So I want you to acupress just like this for a few minutes before you go to bed. This can be really helpful because it can bring the entire body into alignment and help. And the ears are a fantastic place for serotonin, and it can balance high and low serotonin. Eczema, you can try kukui nut cream or kukui nut oil. So Kukuinut, Kukuinut. As soon as you get out of the shower, you can put that. Alba makes a great hypoallergenic cream. You can put that on the body part after you get out of the shower. And also watch the dairy. Try not to eat as much dairy if you are struggling with eczema. Okay, for back pain, if you're pregnant, you can acupress along here. If you're pregnant and have back pain, you can acupress along here. And as long as you're not pregnant, you can do this point. If you are having more shoulder pain, if you're having more hip pain. But if you're having more back and spinal pain, you can do this point. So any of those points can work, but this is traditionally what a lot of people use for back pain. All right, let me see. I have one other comment here, but for whatever reason, when I go to it, it escapes me. Okay. Okay, somebody was cute. They were on Instagram and TikTok, and they were like, I see you on both channels. I'm like, that's great. That's really great. All right, let me see if this caller is still there. Oh, I missed him or her. I'm sorry. I think I may have to just do Instagram on its own so that I can take callers. So we'll have to try that. And then water retention on the legs and ankles, do work with your medical doctor. Make sure that there's nothing more serious going on. But a simple thing that you can do is take a dry brush. And if this was your leg, you can just move the fluid down. Just move the fluid down, and that can help. And again, this is a nice nighttime protocol that you can do for a few minutes. And if you do the inside of the leg, then it can actually balance the outside of the leg as well. So if this represents the leg, work with your doctor, make sure there's nothing more serious going on. If this represents the leg, you'll want to do the inside of the leg, and you can use a dry brush to move the fluids down, and that can help. And I got this at the Dollar Tree. This is in the link in the bio under acupressure devices, and this can help, and you can move this. This just has more surface area, and I feel like it grabs more fluid. Okay. All right, you guys, great lives today. I will do my best to be on here earlier, and all the lives can be saved on YouTube under both channels. And so check them out if you like a certain live, and do 20 minutes of acupressure. Also the books, and also the stocks and the malas, they all go towards the free clinic, future free clinic, which I hope to open doors this year or next year. We'll do it. We've done it before. If you want to see what I've done in the past, go to the main YouTube channel, Empirical Grace, and you'll see a documentary of a free clinic I've done. So know that, my goal is to educate, and my goal is to serve. So, thank you for all your support and belief in me, and I'll do my best to be on here tomorrow. Love you all. Bye.